Oh my goodness. Okay, hi. I'm so excited to even be making this video. All right. So if you're watching this, it's because you have decided to learn a little bit more about Team In It to Win It. And a little bit more about Beachbody coaching. So here's the deal. I'm actually not going to go into the nitty gritty of what Beachbody coaching is. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because I personally feel like the more important thing for me to share with you, one, I think it's important for you to kind of know a little bit about me. And then two, I think it's important for you to know more about our team and what our team is about. Because there's one thing I discovered when sort of entering the Beachbody world quite a few years ago is that when you take that leap to become a coach, the most important thing is really and truly the team that you join. And the reason that that is so important is because your team is basically your backbone and it's your support group. So you might be watching this having already been through one of my challenge groups or one of the challenge groups by another coach on this team. You may not have experienced a challenge group yet, and you might be like me, you're like an all-in person, and you're just going to dive right into it, right? Because that's kind of what I did. I did a little bit of research, but not a ton, but I did enough research to know that it was important for me to be on a solid team and have solid, uplifting, positive people around me. So let me introduce myself. My name is Erin Morris. Okay. You either know me because you are friends with me on my personal page. You might be in this group because you follow me on my business page, which is One Fit Mama 4 Fitness with Erin. And the reason I gave myself the name One Fit Mama 4 is I have 4 kids. So I'm 32 years old. I have 4 awesome kids. Emma is 11. Max is 6, soon to be 7. Oh my gosh. Cooper is 5 and Annabelle is 4. So I've been married to my husband Rick for 7 years now. And our life it's awesome. I mean, I am one of those people that look and go, my life is amazing. It's super imperfect, which is good because I do imperfect really well. And it's crazy. And it's one of those things where I think it's like anybody else's life. You never know what the next day is going to bring you. And sometimes that can be really great and sometimes that can be really stressful. But I do have a really good life. Have a good life because I make it important to have a good life. I'm a very positive individual. I do not like negativity. People that know me know that I like to live in a bubble. And in that bubble, it's a positivity bubble. If I choose to leave that bubble, that's up to my choice. That's up to me. It's a choice I make. It doesn't happen very often, but it happens sometimes. But I do not allow any negativity into my bubble at all. That does not mean that I am naive. I am very well aware of what is going on in our nation right now. And I lean towards prayer in times of desperation and in times of hardship. So I think that's just like a good, quick background of who I am. If you follow my business page, you'll actually start to get to learn a little bit more about me. I'm sort of drifting away from my personal page and drifting more towards my business page, which is really just me being me. And that's where I'm going to lead into the coaching part of this. Me being me. I am the proud, extremely proud. I almost don't like calling myself the founder of Team In It to Win It because our team is made up of everybody on it. I couldn't do this by myself. I can only do this with my team. And when I came into Beachbody coaching, I joined with my personal coach, Jillian. Her and I went to high school together. I stalked her on Facebook. I saw that she was a very positive, very motivated, very real person. And I had talked to other coaches before. One second. I had talked to other coaches before, and it was very business-like when I talked to them. And is coaching a business? Yes, it is. It is your own personal business. It does require you to work. There is work that goes into it. But they were so business focused that it actually turned me off from it. And the reason is because coaching can't just be about business. It's very personal. It's very personal. It's very much centered on relationships and building relationships with people. And that's what's extremely important in coaching. You need to hold on for just 1 second, okay? All right, go get Emma and she can help you. It's real life. This is what goes on when I try to do these things when I'm with the kids. She's in her room. And so it's all about relationships. It's all about relationships. And you really, it's one of those businesses where you have to put your heart into it because people are depending on you to support them and help them. And that's one of the main reasons that I love being a coach. See, I signed up as a coach 2 years ago when 21 Day Fix was still pretty brand new. I was desperate. I was a mom of 4 that drove herself into a pretty decent depression. Decent enough that I needed medication to help myself get out of it. And the reason I had done that is because here I was, this mom of 4, and my son Max is a special needs child, medically fragile. That's a big, long story for kind of a different day, but it's a story I love talking about too. So don't ever be afraid to ask me questions. I'll tell you everything. But I drove myself into this depression thinking that I needed to be like this Stepford wife. And it was awful. And I lost myself completely in motherhood. And not that I think that that's a bad thing, but it's really hard to be everything for everyone if you don't focus on yourself as well. And I had no idea who I was. 30 years old, mom of 4, just a hot mess. I had gained so much weight. I was exhausted, falling asleep on the couch every day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Picked up some bad habits. I enjoy wine. Hold on 1 second. I started kind of diving into the wine a little bit too much. Just one of those things where I just sort of let myself go. And I was unhappy. And so I had slowly started to exercise on my own, and I did really good. But I knew I started to fall in love with it because I loved the way that I felt. And it was actually my husband that one day said, have you ever thought about doing something in like a fitness world? Like, have you ever thought about that, Erin? He's like, 'cause you're doing a really great job and you really like it. Look at how much you've changed already. And that's when I started thinking to myself, Beachbody. Let me look into this. I knew it already existed. My mom had all the my mom has a library of programs like you would not believe. And so my sister-in-law, same thing. She had kind of dove into it, but she wasn't very serious about it. Like, it wasn't, so I started paying attention to what was going on around me. And that's where I found my coach, Jillian. And I knew that joining her team was what I needed to do because I needed a strong support system. And I knew that if I was going to build a team of my own, it was going to be based upon loving the heck out of people. And that's what coaching is. On our team, it's about being real. It's about being honest in all things. And now I've built this team. I use that word lightly because in all reality, we are a family. These people are my best friends. And I can't even imagine what my life would be like without them. These are people that I wake up to every morning and talk to. These are people that I wake up to every morning on Facebook, and I want to know what's going on every single day in their life. These are people that I have shared some of my hardest times with and my most happiest moments with. These are people that have helped me through so many struggles. People that stood by me while I went through that awful depression and was still working my way out of it. People that were standing by me and praying for me when my husband and I were going through a hard time in our marriage. These are people that I honestly go to bed thinking about and wake up in the morning thinking about. I do the same thing with my challengers too. So if you're one of my challengers in here, sometimes you know because I'm all up in your grill, and sometimes you don't. But I take it so seriously because I remember how I felt years ago. I was so alone being a stay-at-home mom. Getting out with 4 kids was not simple. It still isn't. Having coaching and having this team has completely changed my life on so many levels. The personal development that we do through coaching, because it's considered a requirement through the company, which I think is amazing, has helped me to grow into a strong person. It's helped me become a better mother. It's helped me become a better wife. And had I not gone through all the personal development, I don't know that I would have found my way back to Jesus and back into church. And I have. So I know that there are a lot of business aspects to coaching. But I firmly believe on our team that if you don't have that family aspect and you don't have that support, then what's the point in all the business stuff? Because there isn't any. Because you can't do it alone. You just can't do it alone. So this is sort of just, I think the biggest thing, all these intros into coaching, I think they're great. And there is a lot to learn about this business. And I want you to learn about the business part of it because it is really great. Beachbody Coaching has helped my family in so many ways. I was working part-time before I was coaching. And then as I got into coaching, being away on the weekends with a family of 6 is not easy when your husband's working Monday through Friday and I'm gone Saturday and Sunday. It's because of coaching that I was able to quit working a part-time job. I am now almost to the point where I don't obviously make what my husband makes every month, but I'm almost to a point where I make half of what my husband makes every month. And so there is a financial gain to coaching. But that financial gain cannot come if you don't have support and if you don't have love and if you don't grow as a person. And to me, that kind of a business that requires you to grow and better yourself so that you can help better others. And the only reason there's financial gain is by helping others. That's right up my alley. I always knew I was going to do something with my own business. But if you had told me all those years ago that this is what it would be, I would have probably laughed in your face. But now I can't imagine my life without it. And so with all of that being said, we are going to open up a 2-day What is Coaching group where we are going to dive into more of the business side of coaching, but also really want you to know what people really have to do to be a successful coach. Whether you're wanting to make a part-time income, you want to make a full-time income, you just want to get your Shakeology paid for, right? Like maybe that's all you want to do. You want to help family members that you know really need help. Your best friends. Maybe you have this dream of doing something with your best friends. Why not? And maybe you're like me too. Maybe you just need a group of people that you can go to that are going to support you and love you for exactly who you are, that are always going to meet you where you are right now in life and help you get through whatever it is that you need to get through. They're always going to be there on the other side. Maybe you need that in your life. And you're going to find it on Team In It to Win It. Because that's what the entire team is about. So, if you are interested in seeing what the 2-day group is about, all you have to do is comment below. And we really look forward to sharing the greatness that Beachbody Coaching really is for so many people. So I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day. And thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Hi, My name is Lauren, and welcome to our Team In It to Win It Coach Opportunity Call. So, you've either heard about us through Facebook, through one of our like pages, responded possibly even to a sponsored post or an ad, or you've been directly invited here by one of the coaches on our team, which is amazing. And we are so excited to have you here. A lot of opportunity calls start by talking about the financial aspect of whatever that company does. And here at Beachbody, we definitely have a compensation plan that is great. Um, but what the more important thing that we want to talk to you about today is what coaching has done for us and how coaching has actually changed our lives and changed them for the better. And that's what I'm going to spend the first few minutes of my time with you talking about. So, I became a Beachbody coach about a year ago. I really started actively coaching just about a year ago. I've been a coach for about 14 months. So, it was kind of an unexpected journey for me. I never anticipated that I would ever be a Beachbody coach. And I'm going to give you a little bit of background on that so that you kind of understand what I mean. I have struggled with my weight and health pretty much my entire life. And when I say health, I mean physical, and that was mainly weight related, and also emotional and mental wellness. So, um, when I was in my early 30s and had been married for a couple of years, I just like reached this point of really breaking down. And I'm going to get really vulnerable here with you really quickly. Um, my husband and I have been trying to have children for over 5 years now, and we haven't been able to. And it's been a really like long road and a costly process, and we spent our life savings on it, and what we've gotten are two very expensive and very heartbreaking miscarriages. Um, and through that whole process, like I said, I've kind of struggled with my weight and emotional wellness my entire life. Like both of those things were just really exacerbated by the experience we had, and it was crazy. I mean, really difficult things, and just a time where I felt very out of control of myself and of my own life. And over the course of about 3 years, I gained almost 65 pounds. I'm 5 feet tall, so I was about 215 pounds at my heaviest, and I was severely depressed. I mean, when I found Beachbody, I had two choices, and one was honestly to seek probably like inpatient mental health help. That's where I was because we had gone through two back to back miscarriages that were really devastating. And trying a Beachbody program. And you know what? I went with the Beachbody program because there was a coach waiting for me, and that coach is Erin on our team, who you'll also hear from. And Erin is a friend of mine from high school, so I reconnected with her through Beachbody coaching, and she is my personal coach. And with the help of Beachbody products and Erin's help, I lost weight the first month that I joined a challenge group with her. I lost about 20 pounds in that first month, and it was amazing. I felt a zest for life that I hadn't felt for years, quite honestly, and I was so excited to just be part of this challenge group and connected with this network of really supportive, positive, uplifting women. And I was so isolated. I mean, I never left the house. Netflix was my best friend. I think I had watched through like Dawson's Creek probably like 6 times by the time I got off the couch and did something about my life. And it was really crazy to me that there was this whole world that existed in Beachbody coaching that was extremely attractive to me. But I did not want anything to do with selling products or multi level marketing or being a company robot or like all these things that I had associated with doing something like being a coach. But I had watched Erin coach for a year, and she had done some amazing things, and she was always positive and always uplifting and amazing. So I just thought, what the heck, I'm gonna go for it. So I signed up as a coach after I had been doing the 21-day fix, and I went into it and I started off slow, and I worked my business at nights and on the weekends, and I was teaching full time, and then I did that for almost a year, and then in May I left my teaching job, And that's kind of my background story on how I became a Beachbody coach. But more importantly, I want to tell you about what being a Beachbody coach has done for me, why I love it, why I will continue doing it, why I cannot see myself ever giving it up, and why I am working to make this not only my full time teaching job, replacement income, but also something that wildly surpasses that, because y'all know teachers make like $0, right? I was like maxed out in my salary, and it was hard because I was working so hard for what I made. So when the coach opportunity came along, I kind of thought, oh, this will just be like me sharing my fitness journey through social media. And like, yes, that is a part of coaching. But what I really found in coaching was a set of friends and a support system and a network of women that believe fiercely that you are the one that has control over your life, that you deserve to be loved and supported and uplifted, and that you are the star of your own life. And for whatever like dime store inspiration mentality that is, it is a powerful thing when you implement that in your life. And Team In It to Win It is completely about that. That is what we do here, and that is what we're committed to. And our teams that we develop as individual coaches are really driven by the same idea that you are in control of your life, that you have talents and abilities and gifts to share with the world, and coaching is the vehicle through which you can do that. The coaches on our team are incredible, and weekly we're together on team video calls. We are voice messaging each other through Facebook. We're on team chats. We're doing these things, and we're so connected that you would think that we're best friends that like all live in the same neighborhood, but we don't. Our coaches are spread across the country. We have coaches. I'm in Utah. We have coaches in Georgia. That's where Erin's from. Texas, Massachusetts. All over the country. I mean, we are everywhere, and we have this linked together network of people that's just so powerful and strong that it has really formed this unbreakable bond that we have. And the great thing is that the foundation of the team, and the foundation of what we do is in helping people. So when we talk about things like our team having positive energy, or coaching being about like living in your happy bubble world, what we mean by that is that every single day you get to go to work with people who are positive, people who are uplifting, people who love you, people who are working hard to make their own dreams come true, and you are the boss of yourself. So as a teacher, I never had that kind of freedom. Like, I was always on the schedule of the school or the district or the principal. I was told what to do. I was put in situations that made me uncomfortable, that I didn't agree with morally or ethically. I was put in positions of having to continually sacrifice myself and my well-being for things that really just did not serve me well or my students. And it was a really challenging thing for me to realize that, and then to decide after 10 years to walk away from it. But what I walked into was this network of people who are so fiercely passionate about what they do that every day working is like a dream. And you know what? I set my own schedule. I get up in the morning, I read something uplifting, I work out, I eat breakfast, I work for a couple hours, and then in the nice weather, I go sit by the pool and I read, because it's something I enjoy doing and something I never had time to do. And then after that, I work for 4 or 5 hours more in the evening. So overall, I'm putting in a 7 to 8 hour day, but it's on my own time, it's on my own schedule. And a huge part of what I do is caring for myself, practicing self-care, which is amazing. So since I started my Beachbody journey, I've lost about 45 pounds. I've got about 20 to 25 pounds to go. I'm really excited to be able to do that, and to have the resources that Team Beachbody has made available to me with programs and Shakeology to do those things. And the best part is, every single day when I go to work, I'm working on myself at the same time, and I'm working to pay that forward to help other people at the same time. So as a coach, there's so many great things that we do. We run challenge groups. We have local events that you can go to, like Super Saturday events. We have Summit, the big Beachbody convention in the summer. There are all of these great things. But on the day-to-day side of it, every single day, you get to wake up and you are the architect of your day and of your own life. And you make it fit and work where you can. So when I was working full time, I would fit it in my evenings and in my lunch break sometimes, or before school sometimes. And I would make that work for me. And now that I'm doing it full time, I make it work. And if there's a day where I want to go do something, I go do that. I go on a lunch date. I go do those things. And I'm able to make it work with my life. And I'm able to care for myself. And yeah, I get connected with this group of people that uplifts me and supports me and loves me all the way through the whole thing. So I think as women, especially, it's really easy to kind of get caught up in, what our home duties are and what our work responsibilities are and let ourselves go by the wayside. And the beauty of coaching is that you take care of yourself first, you take care of others second. And you get to do it with these amazing, amazing people that are on your team. And when you're building your own team, you essentially pick your coworkers. Who doesn't want to have a job where they pick the people that they work with all the time? So coaching is a work of the heart. Coaching is a work of the soul. Coaching is magical. It's powerful. It's work. You work your tail off. But it is work that has almost an intangible reward, because the reward is soul satisfying and it's not just financial. And there is great financial compensation for what you do. And the harder you work, the more proportional your income is to your hard work. But, on the flip side of that, there are so many great things that you get to experience as a coach that are not related to money. And it's about loving people and serving people and being on a team that is focused on the same thing. So I'm so excited that you're here to check out our group for these few days, to ask questions, to go ahead and jump in wherever you want to get more information about the coach experience and opportunity. And we are here for you to answer questions. And we are so, so excited that you are thinking about joining us. Come to our team. We welcome you with open arms. We want you here. If you are a person that has, the heart of a servant and really wants to help people and serve people and love people and to experience the same type of thing in return from the other people on the team, this is the place for you. This is your home. This is your family, because that's what coaching is. It's a family.